To be like Batman takes an iron will. It takes hard work, determination, persistence, an attitude of never giving up, a habit of doing things that are uncomfortable, a habit of doing what we dislike doing but know is good for us. It is one of the fundamental qualities of Batman that is rarely understood. Possessing an iron will can come across as being arrogant, conceited, self-important, dogmatic, inflexible, stubborn, and other qualities that may seem at first to be a negative trait. But the perception of that negative trait is in the eye of the beholder, not in the mind of the person who is being judged. To the one who possesses an iron will, it is a great asset. An iron will can move mountains, move nations, inspire people to better themselves. An iron will can mean a person of character who is unwilling to let fate or any external force choose their thoughts, attitude, or actions for them. A person who is unmoved by the threat of imprisonment or execution, who stays the course for a greater good. An iron will is not to be confused with those who would seek to dominate and hold power over others. While a dictator or despot may have an iron will, a true man or woman of courage and virtue is a master over their own mind and habits. They have zero interest in dominating or controlling others. Truly, those who dominate others are cowards who live in constant fear of losing their illusory power. If even one individual rises up against them, their illusion of power is shattered, or at least questioned. Developing an iron will does not mean putting on a symbolic suit of armor and shutting ourselves off from our emotions or other people. It means that we acknowledge and respect the needs of others, but do not compromise our core values just to fit in or conform with popular opinion. Exercising willpower at first is hard, especially as we modern people have grown terribly soft and lazy, having never faced the crucible that the generations who lived through World War II did. Tough times make for tough and resilient people. In contrast, the more luxurious and comfortable a society becomes, the more it breeds people accustomed to soft living. We live in an era where, if we want to be challenged, to build strength of character, we must choose our own challenges rather than wait for the world to provide them for us. A life where we never challenge ourselves is really no life at all. The man who strives to better himself and his circumstances enjoys greater joys than the man who has everything handed to him on a plate without ever lifting a finger. The Batman didn't get to be who he is through self-doubt and neurosis. He believes in what he does 100%. There is no space in his mind for any erroneous thoughts to enter. He may have been born into a life of privilege and soft living, but he chooses to forge his iron will through struggle, difficulty, and his relentless pursuit of personal excellence and adaptive learning in any task he applies himself to. Batman chooses the road less traveled. He embraces obstacles and lives a life of hardship by choice. He would not be who he is without his obstacles and flaws. Batman uses his obstacles as a path to self-knowledge and constantly challenges his skills and abilities, using each opportunity or crisis to adapt, improvise, and overcome. The more we exercise our willpower, the more natural it becomes to be in command of our own senses, our own minds and bodies, and the circumstances of our lives. It takes discipline to get up early and train or be willing to do what most people will not do. But once begun, the momentum of self-discipline pays rich dividends. After a time, it is no longer discipline, but a joy to be living a conscious life of creation, rather than a life of constant animal-like unconscious reaction to everything that vies for our attention on any given day. A life of blindly following the herd to mediocrity and mental death from lack of exercising our own will, our own decision-making abilities. The more we exercise our ability to make decisions and exercise our willpower, the more we grow as individuals and stop being second-hand citizens who complain and gripe about everything in life, but are unwilling to lift a finger to help ourselves. Orson Marden once said, "The development and discipline of one's willpower is of supreme importance in relation to one's overall success in life. No man can ever underestimate the power of an iron will. It is a part of our human nature, and the quality of our very existence depends upon it.